Hey guys, Young Activist here, back with another video. I wanted to do it this time.
Do it again.
Hey guys, Young Activist, back here with another video. This is my brother,
Elijah Judah.
I'm just messing with you. How you guys doing?
Yo, it's good seeing y'all today. So, of course, everybody knows about this viral picture that went around of Billy Porter, who was wearing a dress at the Oscars. And this was huge, because a lot of people were either in support of it or hated it. And the reason is because this black man wore a gown, not even just a dress, like a wedding gown with a suit and tie.
It was a tuxedo dress.
He had a tuxedo dress on. Like, what was going on?
That's how you know he Jake.
Man,
he was like,
I'm a swag-tastic this dress. And he's married to a white man.
That's the rudest part to me, but like we gonna get into all that. So,
and he's married to a white man. It's like, keep talking.
So me personally, now this is just my personal opinion. This is an attempt and a continued maneuver by white supremacy in order to emasculate and effeminize the black man. Because if black people don't marry black people, there will be no more black people. And it's just that simple. So the quick way to cut down black babies is Planned Parenthood, mad abortions, is throwing dads in jail, and it's also pushing an agenda to make sure that men don't act like men.
Period. I mean, the funny thing is, in today's society, it's applauded for a man to be, extra, effeminate acting, but like a man who's trying to be extra straight, stand up, do masculine things is looked at and shunned upon. Like, especially like when it comes to like how feminists look at us and a bunch of other people. They're like, you want to stand up, be the head of your household? You want to take care of stuff? You want to have a job?
Why can't she have a job?
Yeah,
why can't she wear pants?
If you have a certain mentality as a man, you already looked at as like a hater and a misogynist,
toxic masculinity.
Just because you want to be,
a man.
Period. And that's super unfair, but it just shows you what this culture is pushing. Like, it's nothing new that America has been pushing a gay agenda for years. This is nothing new. No matter how you feel about gays, this is fact. America has been pushing this for such a long time, but now, it's becoming more acceptable in society. But you realize what's weird about, the LGBTQ community as a whole is it's getting a little bit more fetishy. No, fetishy.
Fetishy? Why you say that?
Because you think about it, they're trying to legalize bestiality.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's basically opened up the floodgates. Y'all might like if it's all right for two dudes to engage in sexual intercourse, then why isn't it all right for a man to engage in sexual intercourse with a goat?
Period.
I don't understand.
Because you realize
the goat consented.
Because you realize at first, people like this is usually how it went to America. Not even personal opinion. This is how it went. Black man, not even black man. The gay agenda was kind of weird. It took a couple years, but, eventually lesbians and gays could be married and be cool. Then slowly after that, what got big? Transsexuality. So that's like a big thing right now, which bathroom you can go into, how you feel about all that, right? And so now it's getting a little bit more in the pedophilia realm. So a lot of these people are starting to be attracted to little kids. All these articles are coming out about Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump.
Pedosexual.
R. Kelly. Pedosexual people believe they're born sexually attracted to kids. They're born with a small kid mentality. And so they're attracted to little 8-year-olds and 14-year-olds. And it's wild.
That's their preference.
And the thing is society is pushing this to because right now, at one point, homosexuality was looked at as shunned in society. Like in the 90s, even the early 2000s, it was kind of bad to be gay. But now in society, it's okay. And at the moment, transsexuality and all that's looked at kind of weird, but that's starting to be okay. What's going to be the difference with bestiality, pedophilia within the future? Because more sexual desires, they did not force it. What you are gay or you're not.
That's usually how it works. Yes, you're usually gay. You're not gay. Actually, that's not true. You're not representing cross-sexuality and bisexual and all those different types, pansexual.
Yeah,
I think you're not representing the LGBTQ and the many other different letters that they use.
Yeah,
It's not just you're gay or you're not. In America, that is.
definitely not.
So you're not. That's not actually true.
Yeah, that's
in
not
America.
True. What they believe is, people apparently can be born attracted to
inanimate objects,
and attracted to intelligence only.
Some people are asexual; they're not attracted to anything.
Like the thing is like opening this gate releases a lot of things that people was hiding for years and years on end, outside of just homosexuality. But like, a lot of people are starting to show their real colors on pedosexuality. Pedophilia is getting big in America. It's been big for years and years and years, but it's starting to be released to the public on a more open basis.
Here's my thing. Here's my take on it. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. If you are white and if you're a white dude, you want to wear a dress, wear a dress. You're an Asian dude, you want to wear a dress, go nuts. You're Arab, you want to wear. Arabs already wear dresses. Actually, they're just really long.
So do some Africans.
They're like gowns.
Africans do too.
Muslims definitely, not Nation of Islam Muslims, but like Muslims wear dresses. Like that's part of their culture. Like that's how they get down.
Period.
But Black, Hispanic, and Native American men, that's not a part of our culture. When you read in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5, it says, "The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God." So that's a part of our culture. We are never cross-dressing and women wearing pants, men wearing dresses. That's not a part of our culture going back thousands of years.
Period.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's really never has been. That's why it's like such a big deal. And like this video went viral because if this was a casual thing and a normal thing, a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, either people love it or they hate it. You know what I mean? But that's America. They're pushing this form of agenda for us to be cool with, so they could be able to push more weird things onto us. Then you're gonna see dogs and men together.
Man, just a commercial where the pet owner is just making out with his dog. Like, yeah, this is where it's at.
Yeah.
I happen to marry my goat.
I do want to hear y'all opinions though, for sure. But like, yeah, either you're gay or not. That's not necessarily
true at all. Because some people are not gay nor straight. Some people are attracted to different things.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, I don't even know how to like say that without saying like some people are like attracted to jars of peanut butter. Like,
bruh,
we're not gonna go too deep into that. But
to feet
only feet, not any like specific genitalia, just feet.
Yeah, and that's like you can't just say. See, that would have been easy. Like you could say that probably like in like the 70s,
and we would be like, oh yeah, some people are gay, and you probably wouldn't even say gay. You would have been like, they're
happy.
Yeah.
No, in the 70s,
they're just.
A little bit out because, like, it's been more acceptable.
He's flamboyant.
And, like, I get it. I'm not necessarily, like, hell no.
From a book rewritten over and over. No, actually, see, that's a misnomer, Miss Donna. See, the thing with the Bible is the Bible was originally written by, like, the first 5 books were written by Moses. Moses is a Black man. The rest of the books were written by Black men. When it was translated from the Hebrew and the Greek, it was translated by Black men. King James was a Black man. So this book is for Black people. It is for indigenous people. We just don't think that because of hundreds of years of colonization and enslavement has taught us that this is the white man's book. But even if it wasn't the Black man's book, if homosexuality, that was created by Africans and then it was re-upped by white people in Greece and in Rome. Rome was big on having men with men. Rome was big on pedophilia. Like Socrates. Was it Socrates or Aristotle? Aristotle had like a gay relationship.
I think it was Socrates.
Socrates or Aristotle had a gay. I think it was Aristotle. Aristotle had a gay relationship with Alexander the Great. And Alexander the Great, even though he had 2 wives, he was really big on homosexuality. He liked having sex with little boys.
But the funny thing is like what a lot of people tend to say in this situation is, it doesn't hurt nobody, so why should you care? No, it's not hurting me if you're gay. It's not hurting. But in reality, you have to realize, I'm saying you're born gay, not gonna switch up. LOL.
I mean,
but then you could. Okay, so if somebody has a sexual preference and they're born that way, meaning that when they're born, their brain stimulates that they're attracted to a certain sexual gender, right? You could say the same thing for people who are born who are rapists, who are pedophiles, who are attracted to animals. There's a lot of people attracted to weird things. You can say that for the same. I don't think nobody's born to be attracted to any person. I don't think you're born with a sexual preference as a baby. You barely know how to eat, drink, and sleep by yourself. You think you can have a sexual preference for somebody else?
I mean,
I don't think you could be born to like anybody.
I don't. The thing is, it's not. First of all, to me, it's not that he's gay. The thing to me is that he's wearing a dress, and Shakespeare was a pseudonym. That was a name. It was a name used like Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss wasn't Dr. Seuss's real name. Plus, Shakespeare. Many of the people who wrote Shakespeare's plays were black.
Period.
That's why you have Othello. Othello wasn't written by a white man.
Period.
And a lot of the plays we think are for white people, they really were for black men. Like, you don't understand that from the year like 198 AD up until 1453, all of Europe was ruled by black people. So like we have this misnomer that we think Europe was just forever white. No, that's a recent development.
Yeah, originally it was the Moors. Who was us?
Moor means black in Latin. Like,
yeah. The thing is like even outside of that, we have to realize we have to stop making excuses that people are just born something. Like people say you're born to play basketball or you're born to be an athlete.
No,
you're born to be an actor. No, you're groomed and conditioned to do that until it becomes a natural thing in your brain. It's no different from anything else. You know what I mean? Like, you think people are born to murder?
Being gay doesn't hurt anyone.
That was my point. That's why I was just about to go into that. So the thing is being gay does not hurt anybody, right? This is what we push in America a lot, in order to be, pro-gay about everybody, right? This is what we push really hard. Being gay does not hurt anybody. It doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt you. So why should we care if he wants a man or a woman, right? So we love to say that. My question to anybody who thinks that is first and foremost is, if you're a black man, right? How can you really, like, let's say two lesbians, right? They get married, they have to go to a sperm bank, then they have kids, right? So after they do that, then they have their kid, and let's say it's a man. How can they actually teach this person how to become a man? How can they properly educate this person, this boy, to become a man and grow up in society and understand certain man traits that he's supposed to take on?
There's a reason we called it the war on the black man. Hey, Shalom, Amiel. How you doing, Ken?
Just saying, yes, I know that. All our ancestors were black. Period.
Esau.
But no. All our ancestors.
I feel you, Donna. Yes, we are darker melanated brothers and sisters. Yes.
I'm saying, how can somebody with two genders who are the same properly educate somebody? That is going to hurt his mentality in the future because he's only learning one side of the gender, which is either the female or the male. So that will hurt him in the future socially, how he interacts with people. So it does hurt people.
And say the child they have they don't want to live a homosexual lifestyle. Are they like they're not being groomed in order to? That's the thing with other cultures. Other cultures, they have their whole mentality is geared towards making more of them. In America, there's a war on the black man because the war on the black man is a war on the black family. It's a war on the Hispanic family, which is a war on the indigenous family.
Period.
If we stop black men from being in their households and having more black children, we won. So this man is like, and it's the same. It's no. I don't care that he's gay, 100%. But I
don't give a damn.
Right? Yeah. Like if you're gay, you're gay, nigga. Who cares?
The thing is at the end of the day, we still gotta bring out the scripts, tell people our true history, and wake them up. If you ain't trying to do that, ain't nothing we could do for you. But the thing is, we have to acknowledge that America, like, because I want to hear your opinion, Donna. Let's be honest.
Donna, you're the homie. So
yeah,
you have this discussion.
I'm saying I want to hear your opinion because we've had this conversation. Your son's gay, all that. Let's be honest. Is America pushing a gay agenda? Honestly, does America push a gay agenda? Let's be honest about that. Because do you believe America pushes? I want to hear all y'all opinions. Does America push a gay agenda?
I believe Caucasian people are naturally gay. I think that's their natural state. Because it's like history proves that. They were big on homosexual acts in Greece. They're big on homosexual acts in Rome. They were big on homosexual acts like after 1453. Nick, here's the thing, the rudest part, and this is what I've been trying to get to. So this man, Billy Porter, wearing a dress, married to a white dude, Does he not understand his history? That when he was first brought over to this land, first he was brought into the Caribbean and raped by a bunch of different slave owners. Then he was sold into the continental United States, where he was continued to be raped by his slave master.
My native ancestors called them two-spirit people. It's against
that's transgender folk. That has nothing to do with homosexuality.
I'm saying Don. I want to ask you: is America pushing a gay agenda on our people?
And another thing with the whole two-spirit.
That's my question. Yes or no? Is America doing that?
Another thing with the whole two-spirit things, a lot of the things that we as Black, Hispanic, and Native American people were doing prior to our reintroduction back to the white man was going against the laws that we were keeping for nearly 4,000 years before that. The whole reason the Native Americans and Hispanic people came to this side of the land is because they weren't keeping the laws that were meant to keep us right and steady.
Period. Keep going.
So, and like even when Black people were in Africa and Europe, we were doing weird gay stuff. So like, don't get me wrong, this has been a thing that we've been doing for years. Homosexuality wasn't even created by white people; it was created by Africans.
I mean, period. We have to hold on. Damn, that was a lot of. Oh no. Okay, cool. But yeah, we have to realize first and foremost, guys, we have to understand this. So America pushes a gay agenda clearly. And the Bible speaks against the gay agenda. So what do? We justify that by saying the Bible's non-canon or the Bible's written by the white man. Why do we do that? To stay in our lust. We cannot use the excuse that people are born a certain type of way so they can stay within that sexual lifestyle. That's not a good excuse. At least say I want to do it.
So
you don't think America's pushing a gay agenda on our people?
I mean, Tom Brady and Robert Kraft were kissing after the Super Bowl.
I'm saying, like,
the Super Bowl had the first like male cheerleaders, and that was like in some weird effeminate outfits. It wasn't like.
But I mean, even Disney has always been pushing sexual agendas, over-sexualizing our kids. They've been like over time just programming our brains to do weird things. On YouTube, you constantly see people pushing that. You know what I'm saying? They're also trying to teach it in schools. They're pushing.
They teach LGBTQ history
in certain elementary schools. At least I know on the East Coast, they have transgender bathrooms, things like that for elementary school kids. Are you telling me an elementary schooler kid actually understands what he really wants to do? You know what I'm saying? What if your kid said he's born to smoke crack? You gonna let him smoke crack?
Hey, he was born that way.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, hey, I don't steal cars because I want to. I steal cars because I was born to.
Shalom, Elisheba. Elisheba. Appreciate you. Thank you. Shalom, Elisheba.
I was born to murder people.
I was born to rape people.
Why are you trouncing on my constitutional rights?
The thing is how can you honestly say that and like mean it? It doesn't make any sense. America's been pushing this agenda on our people for such a long time. Why do you think so hard? Who do you think's fighting the hardest when it comes to pushing the gay agenda?
White folk.
White folk. It's not us doing it. They push us into it because when you advocate and push Hispanics, Blacks, and Native Americans to come together and go for their certain cause, just like the women's rights movement back in like the early 60s. When the people who was being the most mistreated in their culture and their neighborhoods was white women in the 60s. So what did they do? They motivated the Black women to think the same thing, the Hispanic women. What did they do? They uproared against their men and they pushed them out the household to take over. So it became like a male misogynistic movement and a feminist movement.
Black men have never oppressed Black women.
We
don't own you.
I'm saying
we don't own you.
But like, yeah, the thing is,
you don't think we don't have any authority over Black women, so we can never oppress. We
oppress each other.
We can never. No, I'm dead serious about this. The whole women's lib movement is not for Black women.
No, I think they are not hiding it anymore. They have always been here. What specifically? What do you?
Gay people? Yeah, gay people.
Yeah, hell yeah. They've been here since like Genesis.
Period.
The thing is,
stuff's forever.
Yeah, we're not denying that. I'm just saying overall.
We're not even like anti-gay. That's the rude part.
People been smart. The thing is shit. I mean, I'm pro-Black and pro-man.
Hey, if you're pro-Black, then you can't be pro-gay.
The thing is what you have to realize is you're right. It's been around for years since Genesis. But so has many different drugs. So has sexual things you probably shouldn't be doing. So has rape. Does that make it okay?
Rape has definitely
Rape's been around since Genesis.
That does not make it right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's disobedience. So that's murder.
Murder was there.
Does that make it okay?
Can you just murder people?
You see what I'm saying? Like, we always tend to say these things are okay without actually looking into the facts because society makes it okay. What if they were just like, because remember, what is America based off of? America's based off of a gay agenda. It's based off of rape. It's based off of murder. And it's based off of pushing religion. So this is what America's based on. Oh, and slavery. We can't forget about the big
So we're still slaves. Our people are still getting raped. We're still in stupid religions. It's like nothing has changed.
Yeah. Oh, and white Jesus. You can't forget about good old Caesar Borgia.
And I think that's really what's going on when it comes down to it. White Jesus is in people's head telling them, yeah, man, have sex with dudes.
The thing is yeah, because even like Caesar Borgia, if y'all didn't know this, when he is Pope Alexander IV's son, and also Caesar Borgia had a love interest with Leonardo da Vinci, the man who painted him.
They were knocking uglies.
So they made intentionally a homosexual man the image of Christianity. Why? Because it's the same exact thing. They've been pushing this agenda for such a long time. The Catholic Church is based off of what? Pedophilia. Why do you think there's so many cases out there of them raping little kids? You know, there used to be a tradition, it still is a tradition in Europe, where they suck baby, after they get circumcised, they suck the baby's skin blood off of their penis. And a lot of, like, they've actually had STDs and, like, different things from the Pope pushing that onto the kids.
Oh, yeah.
So then there's a bunch of AIDS babies running around.
That, like, yeah.
This is actual fact. You could
babies have gotten herpes from, like, priests and rabbis, and it's not just in Christianity; it's in Judaism. So,
period. You know, they have like naked orgies and stuff. See, this is the thing. When do you see Mexicans, blacks, and Hispanics having naked orgies with each other and doing pedophilia? That's not in our culture. We've never been doing that stuff. So why would you think because America's saying it's okay because they're born that way, it's okay now? It's always been in our culture to just be chilling, having family events, being normal. Out here having big old toga parties and drink a lot and
super weird.
The only reason,
drunk orgies where we punch out women.
The only reason we would even do anything like that is because we're trying to appease our oppressor. We don't care.
The origins of Christmas, Saturnalia. Saturnalia is a festival to the Roman god Saturn, and the whole thing behind Saturnalia is you get drunk, you hit your wife, and you have sex with dudes. So that's literally the origins of Christmas.
So why do you think they're starting off slow? This is just the shallow kiddie pool right now. This is the shallow waters to deeper and deeper sexual fantasies they're trying to go into. Why do you think America is spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah?
Don't get that.
Because why do you think it's spiritually called Babylon? Because we're not doing anything new. This is something that's not new. They're pushing these agendas in order to make us believe it's okay and acceptable in society, to where eventually there's going to be, eventually 20 years down the line, it might be okay to have sex with a 7-year-old and be like 40 plus years old. It might actually be okay.
Nah, you can guarantee that that's gonna be a law that they push, because a lot of these politicians do that anyway.
Exactly. We are being programmed to believe it's okay to live in the sin of the Sodom. The Bible says that the man shall not lay with man, and woman shall not lay with woman. With women and with mankind. I butchered that so bad, but y'all get the point. Y'all get the point.
The thing is, when you say like, hey, they're not hurting nobody, let them do them, they're like, oh, my nigga smoking crack, he not hurting nobody. What you're pushing is Satanism. You were pushing Satanism, because in Satanism, the biggest commandment is do as thou wilt. And that's the same thing Christianity is.
That's what you teach, period. Just in Americans' culture. They just, see, the thing is, they'll just, instead of saying do as thou wilt, they'll say, Jesus loves you.
Hey, man,
you'll be forgiven.
Forgives. You just got to believe in him.
It's no
do as thou wilt.
The thing is like, it's the same exact thing they've been pushing for years and years on end. What's the difference now? See, we see these things as normal, so we keep doing it. Learning new stuff, never read the Bible.
Donna, let's sit down and read the Bible together. Because I don't think you understand that this book is about a black God with black children.
We're not reading this in a religious context. This is a history book.
This is like,
we're not wanting you to catch the Holy Ghost and give us tithes money.
Oh yeah, we don't want your money at all. We want you to like rebuild yourself and like come into what you need to be doing.
This is just see, the thing is we see all these things as okay because we're basing all our understanding off of our own mind. What has our minds done for us?
We're not even basing it off our own mind. We're basing it off the mind they've given us in slavery.
Yeah.
The Spanish came here in 1453, told you bow down to this image or we'll kill you.
Just like you believe in today's society. that you believe in today's society that, you know, it doesn't matter what color Jesus is.
No, it matters.
You know, it doesn't matter. See, at the end of the day, it's about loving him, and you'll be okay, guys. You'll be okay.
It's just a big hug fest.
You just love him. Love him. See, but the thing is if you see a picture of white Jesus, no one's going to argue about it. But if you put out a picture of black Jesus, guess what? What's the first thing people going to say?
Color doesn't matter.
If color didn't matter, why didn't you say the same thing for white Jesus? Why do we have an image of Jesus in the first place if color didn't matter? Why is there a description in the Bible if color doesn't matter? See, he's pushing an agenda forward. It's telling us that it doesn't matter if you're gay, it doesn't matter what color Jesus, it doesn't matter what you believe in, it doesn't matter about any of this. They want us all to be in solidarity and live in peace and harmony. That's not how it works, bro. This isn't no movie. See, we have these movie mindsets to believe this actually is real life. This is not going to happen.
I worship grandfather. Who's grandfather?
That sounds pretty Native American. I don't know who a grandfather is. You sent a link. I'm not trying to click on the link because I don't know if it's going to take us off the live video, but I'll click on it on my phone.
Yeah, so again, and ancestor worship is not something we were doing before we came to this side of the world. Honestly, ancestor worship is what we got from the really, really ancient Chinese and Japanese, because that's big in their culture, and it was big in their culture when we were all in the land of Israel and when they were in the land of Moab and Ammon. That's another philosophy that you got from people who aren't you. So ancestor worship ain't where it's at. Rule 100. You can be like, yo, my ancestors were mighty men and mighty women who did what they were supposed to do. Like we're a beautiful people. We're a great people, but we don't really understand our history. Like, can you tell me? Like, Donna, I don't know what tribe you're from, but can you tell me the history of your tribe pre-colonization? Can you tell me? Like, can you let me know what the Aztecs, what the Mayans, what the Incans, what the Tainos, what the Blackfoot was not the name that we was calling ourselves. We weren't calling ourselves Cherokee.
If you understand the history behind before colonization, you're a time traveler, or you're a colonizer, one of the two,
or you're a prophet,
Period.
But like the whole point is like they destroyed. Like if you know, please let me know. Because y'all have the oral history, we have oral histories. They teach us oral history all the time. Yeah, y'all niggas was running around butt naked. We came over here and we said,
in huts, period. But do you know the funny thing is the funniest part about this all is they was still like they raped men too. They conquered and raped women and men.
Oh yeah, Native American men was getting raped. Straight up.
So was men in slavery. See, that's why we're so similar with the same people, but we don't even realize it. We're too busy going off our understanding. We don't even understand the actual history behind what we're talking about.
So while they're putting us in dresses, they're playing that same role that they played us in slavery. This is Willie Lynch. We are being Willie Lynch right now. Period. But instead of the slave master forcibly raping this black man, Billy Porter was like, I love my master. I love my master, and I want him to be up in me. Pause. See, you see?
Pause. But yeah, the thing is like, at the end of the day, being gay, that's your decision. But do not say that you are born that way and you have no choice to change.
You can, but you gotta support pedophiles when they say the same thing.
You have to say this because everybody's born a certain type of way. If you're born to have a sexual preference, you're born to play basketball. If you're born to murder, you're born to rape. See, the thing is you have to say everybody's born this way. You can't just be born one specific way. Why only gay? Why only trans? Why only when it comes to sex you're born that way?
But only sex. But only homosexuality and transgenderism. Those are the only ones where you're born that way.
Period. But not pedophilia.
Not bestiality.
Yeah,
there's something wrong with that.
But yeah, because that's what America decides is acceptable at the moment.
At the moment,
at the moment, right now, you can only be born as transgender or gay. But then over time, guess what? You're gonna be born. Oh, and bisexual. I guess you could put that in there. It's gay, but either way. So transgender, bisexual, and gay, you can be born that way, but you can't be born pedophile. You really can't be born a pedophile if you believe that. This is why that doesn't make any sense. It's all a decision that you choose or you're groomed into. There has been many cases of it where people were molested at a young age, so it messed up their mental psyche and even sexual psyche on how they deal with
certain people. Don't understand how a sexual relationship or just a relationship in general with an adult should go.
Period. Because sexual molestations at young ages, it can mess them up, or being raised by females only and being the only male in the house.
The rudest part about this is Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron has a young black boy that she dresses up and she puts in a dress. That young boy.
There was some sick
shit going on back then. Now there's sick shit at another level. Hey man,
not at another level though.
No, it's at another level.
It's at the same level, just more television technology.
It's at another.
You're telling me Christopher Columbus wasn't at a huge level of conquering and rape and sex?
He was, but now those same Hispanic and indigenous women are getting trafficked, and like we're under such a big spell with Cardi B that we don't even pay attention to that.
Cardi B's like a magician spell.
Oh yes,
and the Oscars. Don't forget about the Oscars.
Nicki. Oh, all of this. The fact that we're talking about this black man in a dress is taken away from the fact that there's that
Russia's talking about nuclear war right now.
Oh, that India and Pakistan are going at it and could blow each other up at any moment.
That Venezuela's going through a hunger right now.
Oh yeah, Venezuela. Yes. So the fact that we're just talking about a nigga in a dress is like super weird when people are dying.
We are so brainwashed and we don't even bother searching out why we do worship or celebrate things that we were taught by our parents. We are like robots, period.
Alicia, but that was a super wise statement. You kept it 100.
We're like robots right now, man. See, the thing is we have to stop making excuses for people doing things that they shouldn't be doing. When you're a young kid and you see, let's say, for example, a boy playing with a Barbie doll, do you think that's okay? At a young age. Let's say it's by accident. You know what I'm saying? But then you continue to let him do it for years and years on end. Eventually, do you think he might eventually, question if he should be doing this? Because like when you see commercials and TV online, who do you see playing with Barbie dolls?
Girls. I'm just gonna keep it real. It's more out of the closet than in your face. Social media makes that shit obvious. Yeah.
So see, the thing is, if you have a certain opinion towards it, that's not the popular one. You're misogynist. You're homophobic.
Bro, you hate. All you speak is hate.
I'm not even
gay people.
Yeah, I'm not even scared of gays. Like, I'm not homophobic. I'll talk to you like a normal person. There's people who's crackheads out here. We talk to them like normal people. The thing is like, I'm not necessarily afraid of nobody. It's just the fact is you can't push this and make me feel like it's acceptable and allow me to like control my mindset and make me feel bad for what I believe. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that to people who are Muslim. We don't do that to people who are Buddhist or who believe in something different. But when it comes to the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, if you have a belief system that doesn't apply to America's general standards, you're looked at as less than. You're looked at as a homophobe, misogynist. We can't have our own opinions. But every other race can. Every other race except us. The minorities in this community are chained and mentally in bondage towards being told and forced to believe in whatever Americans believe in. That's unfair. You know what I mean?
Whatever massive.
Like I personally, right. people is like congratulating Cardi B from going from a stripper hoe to being an Oscar award-winning music icon. Like she's getting congratulated for that. And I see that as nothing different. She's saying the same exact thing she was talking about in the videos and in the strip club. She's just saying it on rapping. Like, what's the difference? Just because you have a hit song on the radio does not make you any different now.
Cardi B's still a hoe.
Period.
Offset is a terrible person.
Period.
He has like 4 kids by 4 different women.
And cheated on her.
Cheated on her.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you look at those as amazing role models. You look at her as a black role model, in a black woman role model just because she won an Oscar? Really? Are you that shallow? Do you really believe Cardi B is a role model in our community because she won an Oscar? Are you serious? I mean, not an Oscar, my fault, a Grammy. My fault, y'all. But a Grammy. LOL, Cardi. People still use crack. Damn. Where the hell I been?
No, niggas still smoke crack. It's not a joke.
Yeah, that's actually fact.
It's like, nah, that's not a joke. People still smoke crack.
Yeah, people still smoke crack for sure. Yeah. See, the thing is, we have to understand, man, this is nothing new. We have to stop pretending this is something new. Everything that we talking about has been around for years and years on end. You know what I'm saying? They keep over-sexualizing these women, Black and Hispanic women, especially Hispanic women. Ooh, man, they're going through right now. And then they're also over-sexualizing men as well. I got hoes, I got this, that, and the third. This is what I'm doing. I got drugs, I got this, that, and the third. Offset, Blueface, Little Baby.
Bust it down. I teach 6th graders. They wanted to play Bust It Down, Tatiana. 6th graders.
Bust It Down, Tatiana. That's 12-year-olds.
Thought means that hole over there. Bust it down means like.
But if you believe people can be born gay, you probably should be okay with the music they listen to. Because the thing is it's nothing different. It's just over-sexualization of everything. Even thinking you're born gay and having a sexual preference at such a young age shows the over-sexualization of America in itself. Because it means that you're caring about your sexuality at 7, 8 years old. Like, instead of playing with action figures and going outside and riding bikes,
instead of learning how to communicate one with another, instead of learning cursive, people,
period,
playing with Legos, learning building blocks.
You worrying about your sexuality at 7, 8 years? Are you serious? You see how America's over-sexualizing our kids, bust it down about it. Then they're hearing all these hit songs on the radio. Guess what it does? It programs their mind to think something. It programs their mind to believe, oh yeah.
When I was in 5th grade, they had us listening to what's the Lil Jon.
I remember.
Oh, ski. What?
I remember when crack started in 1984, but when it hit white American suburbs, it became an epidemic.
Yeah, we could talk about opioids right now, but like that's it's
not even a black people thing yet. It will be eventually.
Opioids?
Sure. You think black people's going hard on that?
Native Americans. Like on the reservation, opioids hit them hard, but it's only a problem when it gets into suburban white kids and Oxycontin and like what's the nigga's name, Lil Peep and Mac Miller. It's only a problem when they overdose on weird stuff.
You're right.
That's just stupid. That's the topic for another
Yep,
time.
I'm from the east side. It was horrible.
Oh, you're super hood. All right, I wanted to say a few last points. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, yeah, we're not homophobic up here. I do think it's wrong to have this black man masquerading around in a dress with his white husband.
Yeah,
I think that pushes an agenda to where black men don't be men, don't stand up for your communities, don't play the role of a submissive white woman. That's what America wants. America wants black men to be submissive white women.
Period.
100%.
And then don't let a black man have an opinion, then he's gonna be shunned. Don't let him have an opinion. Don't let a Hispanic man have an opinion. Don't let a Native man have an opinion. Because guess what? When we say something that's not for pro-gay or pro-this or pro-Christian, this, that, and the third, instantly we lose our money, we lose our checks, we lose our sponsorships. So that should show you right there. If the gay agenda is so oppressing our people and like we need to be supporting that, this, that, and the third, why every time somebody doesn't support it, they end up losing a lot of money. They end up stop being talked about. But when you talk about blacks or say nigga this and nigga that, guess what? You can sell your basketball team for $2.3 billion to another white man and then be a billionaire still.
The rude part is, so for these Oscars, Kevin Hart was supposed to host.
I'm a germophobic. That's more realistic than a homophobic.
But then, yeah,
I'm not scared.
Being afraid of germs is hilarious.
I'm not scared of gays.
The rude part is the Oscars were supposed to be hosted by Kevin Hart.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
But because Kevin Hart has some anti-homosexual jokes from back in the day on his Twitter, that was like, get that nigger out of here.
That should show you right there they're pushing a gay agenda.
So nigga in a dress, please be here.
Will Smith's first film was with the man.
Oh.
Will Smith's first film. You're telling me that they're not pushing an agenda for black men to be more feminized and to act a certain type of way? Are you serious with me?
But just so you can understand that, like, we're not afraid of gay people. We're not like out here like beat gay people up. That's not what we're doing. I'm gonna read you a scripture to help you understand what our mindset is going forward. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
If you don't know what a sodomite is, tell him.
So a sodomite were people who lived in the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. If you don't know, Sodom or sodomy is anal sex.
Period.
Between two men.
Period. I learned that off of Family Guy. No, seriously. I didn't even know that because they talked about it in like a Jewish episode or whatever.
That's like ironic.
That's pretty ironic.
So this scripture says Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites because he did. He prayed that God wouldn't destroy the city of Sodom because they were out there raping. They were raping dudes.
Everything is upside down. Women trying to be men trying to be women. Wicked as hell, Babylon.
Babylon does mean confusion.
I don't think so. Please. Oh, you don't think so?
Miss Peabody, tell us what's going on.
Please tell me, Peabody.
You kind of got to go, but it's all right. I got time for it.
I'm saying I want to hear your opinion. Please type what you got to say because I want to hear your opinion towards why you don't think America's pushing a gay agenda.
Or if you don't think that there's a war on black men, Miss
How can you tell a black man to stand up, but then okay a man named Billy Porter wearing a dress like this?
I want you to stand
How can you do both? See, a black man you're pushing black men to have masculine traits and masculinity and stand up and be in their households. They can't play the female role too. You got to choose which side you want. You want black men to stand up or you want black men to sit down? Because there ain't no in between. Either we have to stay masculine, do what we need to do, be the heads of our house, work hard, do what we need to do in life, and make sure we taking care of our families, or guess what? We doing the opposite. We playing the role of
a woman.
Female.
Good. That's just how life works. That's like literally, if you look in nature, there's got to be a man, there's got to be a woman.
There's no in between. And it's like, the thing is, it's just fact. What can you really say? What can you really say? The thing is like, we have to realize, man, you cannot support both. It's impossible. I don't even understand. How would you support both? Could you please explain how you would support both?
God loves everybody.
Oh gosh, God does love everybody.
We have to go.
We gotta go.
We have to go.
Bridget, hey, if you have something important to say, I would definitely make another video on this because I want to hear your opinion. But you are taking like 40 hours.
I bet she got a scathing.
I'm saying, and I want to hear it so bad.
It gotta be amazing. Like, you niggas hate black women.
Oh my gosh. See, the thing is like this.
I want to hear it too.
I want to hear it so bad.
On, hurry up.
Yeah, come on, because we got things to do.
We have like a class where we gotta teach black men to be black men.
Oh no, we gotta support gay men too. Or no?
I mean, if that gay man is trying to repent.
Hollywood is on Matt. Oh, first of all, let's look at the word Hollywood. The word Hollywood is based off of a wizard stick, which is witchcraft. A lot of people don't even realize that. Hollywood is on a mad run of desensitizing the gay agenda. More commercials, advertising, movies, and containing their lifestyle.
Man, so we gotta kick it sometime, do some trades, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you on point right now, man. I mean,
is she Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. Remember, that's the guy last time.
I know. I like to reaffirm things I already know.
Just to hear it again.
Yeah, just make sure I got my facts straight. I like if I hear some information, I need to hear from multiple sources many times. That's how black people learn.
That's fact. But yeah, man, y'all have to realize, man, at the end of the day, if we ain't supporting our own, we out here acting like niggas. We ain't doing what we need to be doing. But then we support something like this. See, I remember I seen a post online. It said basically, you know, there's women out here like, yas, bitch, yas, bitch, wear this. Billy Porter, you wore the suit and dress. Woo, you doing what you, and it be black women like going hard, like, yes, be doing this. Oh, yes, you need to be doing this. Then guess what? Then they'll be like, man, I need these men out here be acting. They don't know how to act. These men out here acting crazy.
Yeah, this nigga, he always crying.
Niggas ain't shit.
Niggas don't know how to take care of their kids because nigga, you taught that nigga to be a woman.
Period.
He trying to lay up and do like.
How come half these women having babies, right? And their men wasn't around, but then their son isn't around their woman. So then you create a cycle because we've been Willie Lynch to believe otherwise because of systematic slavery and PTSD, post-traumatic slave disorder. And we don't even understand that we're oppressing our people, but then we're supporting things like this and expecting our son to be a man. How can we do both? Here.
A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Israelite women think this gay men are funny and supposed. Oh, can you read that? I can't.
Don't forget to go to YouTube and support these young men.
Oh, period. Hey,
see, Donna's a real one.
Period.
Donna, let's sit down and talk about Native and Indigenous history in the Bible. But we do have to go, actually, because we do have a class that we have to build up the Black community. We don't just talk it, we live it. We actually have things to do. Yeah. But we appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you go on Instagram. Follow the Instagram page at Young Activist. Go on Twitter. Follow me at ElijahJudah144. You can follow me on Twitter at Hasadai8. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, many are called, few are chosen.
Positive people, guys. Talk to you later.
Shalom.
You too.
Adon, we're coming. We're on our way.